All right, let's talk about something every single person living in Ibaraki City deals with: sorting the trash. I know. Sometimes it can feel like you're trying to crack a secret code, but don't worry, we're about to make it all make sense.
Come on, you've been there, right? Standing in the middle of your kitchen, holding an empty package and just freezing. You're thinking, is this burnable? Is it plastic? What color bag does this even go in? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. It's a classic Ibaraki moment.
But the great news is there's a real logic behind it all. So in this explainer, we're going to transform that confusion into pure confidence. Seriously, by the end of this, you'll be a total sorting master. So let's jump right in with the foundation.
Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty of plastics and bottles, let's just lock down these 4 golden rules. If you can get these in your head, everything else becomes so much easier to remember.
First up, and this one's a big one, you have to use the official city-designated trash bags. They're color-coded for a reason, you know? The blue for burnables, pink for plastic containers, and that clear bag for a bunch of other stuff. If you just use a random convenience store bag, you're pretty much guaranteed to find your trash still sitting there after the truck leaves.
Golden rule number 2, get to know your collection calendar. Every type of trash has its own specific day. Burnables might get picked up twice a week, but plastics are only once a week, and other things could be just a couple of times a month. You've really got to check the official schedule for your specific area. Think of it as your trash sorting Bible.
Rule 3 is all about the prep work. It means actually separating things before they hit the bag. You know, giving containers a quick rinse, taking the caps off bottles, making sure only the right stuff is going into each bag. It's this little bit of effort that makes the whole recycling system actually work.
And finally, our 4th rule, timing is everything. Trash goes out on the morning of collection day, and you gotta have it at your spot by 8 a.m. Putting it out the night before is a huge no-go. It's basically an open invitation for crows to have a party and make a giant mess.
All right, with those rules down, let's get into the decision you'll probably be making every single day: the big split between burnable and non-burnable trash.
So here's the basic breakdown. The blue bag for burnable is for anything that can be easily incinerated. We're talking food scraps, dirty paper, things like that. The clear bag for non-burnable is for stuff that just wouldn't burn well. Things like a broken ceramic mug, little metal items, and some types of hard plastics.
And this right here, this is a game changer. You see a plastic toy and your brain immediately says, plastic. But wait, the recycling system here is designed for plastic packaging, not plastic products. The hard, mixed plastic in a toy just can't be processed the same way as a thin food wrapper. That's why it's non-burnable. Honestly, if you can just remember that one distinction, packaging versus product, you'll solve most of your sorting mysteries.
Okay, next up, let's become experts in recyclables. I call this the art of the comeback, because all your effort here is what gives these materials a brand new life.
So when it comes to plastics, this little symbol is your new best friend. It's the character for Pruta, which is just short for plastic in Japanese. The rule is simple. If it's a piece of plastic packaging and it has this mark, it goes in the pink recycling bag. That's it. This little mark tells you everything you need to know.
Let's make this crystal clear with some examples. Things with that Pura mark, like foam trays from the supermarket, shampoo bottles, candy wrappers, those all go in the pink bag. But things without the mark, like our plastic toy, a bucket, a pen, a CD case, those are products, not packaging, so they go in the non-burnable category. It all comes back to that one simple question. PET bottles, for water, tea, soda, they have their own little 3-step process. It's super easy. First, give them a quick rinse. Second, and this is a pro tip, take off the cap and peel off the label. Those 2 little bits actually go into the other plastic recycling bag, the pink one. And third, just crush the bottle flat. Done. For other recyclables like aluminum cans and glass bottles, it's really straightforward. Just rinse them out and they go together in a clear bag. Now for spray cans, there's a really important safety rule. Make sure they are 100% empty, and I cannot stress this enough, never ever puncture them. Just put the empty, whole can in the clear bag with your other non-burnables.
Okay, let's pull this all together with a quick look at the schedule. The main thing you'll notice here is the frequency. Your daily stuff, the burnable trash, gets picked up twice a week. But recyclables and non-burnables, way less often. That just means you'll need to figure out a little spot at home to store them until their collection day comes around.
So we've covered the bags, but what about the things that are way too big to fit in any bag? Like an old bookshelf or a broken bicycle.
That stuff has its own category called sodai gomi, or oversized garbage, and you absolutely cannot just leave it at the regular collection spot. For these items, you have to call the city and apply for a special pickup. They'll tell you how much it'll cost, you go buy a special sticker for that amount, stick it on the item, and then put it out on the day they tell you. It's a completely separate process.
I know this can feel like a lot to take in at first, but I promise, once you get into the rhythm of it, it really does become second nature. And just remember, all this careful sorting isn't just about following rules. It's a small, daily action that makes a huge positive difference for the entire community. You've totally got this.
So, I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. Now that you're practically a sorting pro, what does a system that's this detailed really say about our shared responsibility? It kind of suggests that waste isn't just something to be thrown away, but a resource to be managed, a daily act of community teamwork. Pretty cool when you think about it that way. Thanks for joining us.